Go ahead. Turn it up. It's the Record Machine Show with your host, Jimmy Howe.
There comes a time in your life you will see someone is taken, but they'll always be someone who knows, all that you feel, deep inside your heart.
When you feel like you're losing your soul,
when you're feeling the loss of a soul, the light still shines.
There's a time when you're so alone.
Times when you feel so alone, the light still shines.
Shining on us all, shining on.
Until the end, until the end of time.
I'm wondering
Where are the signs as you look everywhere?
Look everywhere.
Searching for answers, but nothing is clear. It takes some time.
It takes some time.
And you question why,
oh why?
Lying in the dark.
When you feel like you're losing your soul,
When you're feeling the loss of a soul, the light still shines.
there's a time when you're so alone.
Times when you feel so alone, the light still shines.
Shining on us all, shining on.
Until the end, until the end of time.
End of time. Let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
There is a power that we'll never know.
When you feel like you're losing your soul,
When you're feeling the loss of a soul, the light still shines.
there's a time when you're so alone.
Times when you feel so alone, the light still shines.
Shining on us all, shining on.
There's more to it than we can know until the end.
Until the end.
The end of time.
End of time. You can find your own way through the darkness. You can find your own way. You can find your own way to the light. Light up the world while you're there. Oh, when you feel the loss down in your soul, like we'll find a way. Gonna let you know, let you know. Darkness just what you need to know. Like we'll find a way. Let the light show you the way. When you feel the loss down in find your way, find your way, find your way to let you know. When the darkness just won't let you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome vocalist and keyboardist Doug Kistner to the program. How you doing, Doug?
Good. How you doing?
Pretty good. Where are you calling from today?
Notice you're at 201. That's New Jersey.
I was from New Jersey. I live in North Myrtle Beach now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm in North Jersey, so it's like 201. Hey.
Yeah, I grew up in a town called Richfield Park.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's like right near Hackensack and Teaneck.
Do you know a local band then, Boys Town?
Yeah, I believe I've heard of them. Mm-hmm.
That's where they were from. I played with them for a few years, and I used to rehearse there all the time.
Wow, small world.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, but they were from there, and yeah, like around that town, you would know who they were.
Wow. Now,
if those years, if you were.
Well,
you're too young for that, but
I'm 52.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you might have heard of them.
Yeah, the name sounds familiar. Now I'm gonna have to go look them up after I get off the phone with you.
I don't think there's anything to look up. I mean, shit, there was nothing then. You know, there was no. Gosh.
There's no video or nothing.
There was no internet. There was nothing. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing. Yeah,
wow.
Just like played clubs around and some showcase things.
Now you grew up in New Jersey your whole life?
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your musical background. When did you first get involved in music?
Kind of early on. I was in a band relatively early, trying to play songs and do something on our instruments.
You just play keyboards or multiple instruments?
Yeah, I played I messed around on different stuff, on different instruments. And I was learning in school. I was learning, a little bit how to, read, treble clef and stuff like that, so I was getting a little bit of that information too. But I think it's more, it's more ear and interest than it is. I mean, it's hard to quantify how much I learned from that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, definitely did. But I don't think a lot of it was attributed to that, but who knows?
Yeah, who were you listening to back then? Who were some of your influences?
Well, to this day, Chicago is my biggest influence. I mean, because I really don't listen to a lot of new music, which is why I'm writing. Because I'm so, bored and not interested in what I'm. The new music in general is really, I don't find it all that great or thing to me.
Right.
So I really listen to old music, but I'm writing new music to kind of. But Chicago, even early on, I got into Chicago, and then as you progress, it's like you don't outgrow them because, I mean, you can outgrow them, but you appreciate their talent even more, because they were so talented with that band. They're my number one band, but I was into all kinds of stuff,
Yeah, I read in your bio that you've played with some big names over the years, like Trans-Siberian Orchestra, John Waite, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and even Chicago's Danny Seraphine. So that must have been pretty cool for you then, right?
Yeah, it was great to play with him. Yeah, I'm in touch with him a little bit. I hope that maybe that might happen again where I can play with him. But yeah, it was great to play with him.
Another thing that I read that I thought was pretty interesting, you worked with Lillian Garcia. She's a former WWE ring announcer. How did that come about? What was that experience like?
That was good. I haven't seen her in a while. She's a singer, and she was WWE did release one of her songs that we wrote on I guess it was on a CD. And it was CD world then, everything was on CD still. So and she went on to do, and I don't know too far what she did musically after that. I haven't been after her, but they did release a song of hers on one of their albums. I'm not sure who else was on the record or what. I think one of those there must have been other guys that did music on the side too. I don't remember. But she's a good singer, and she was a songwriter. We wrote a handful of songs together.
Cool.
And she did one album in Spanish, and I think I had a couple songs on there also. That was right after that, but I don't know who released that. I don't think it. I don't think it was a major label or anything.
Yeah, I've seen her sing at ball games, and I've also
she got a good voice.
Yeah,
strong. Yeah.
And she sung, at some of those. I think she sung at some of the pay-per-views too for the WWE. So that's pretty cool. I mean, and she looks great too.
Yep. Yep, she looks fantastic.
So tell me about your current project. You have a project called Studio Deluxe, and it features former vocalist for Chicago, Bill Champlin, and legendary rock drummer from Billy Joel, Liberty DeVito. How did this project come about, and who were some of the other players on this record?
The other players, I got a couple of Steely Dan guitar players.
Wow.
Elliot Randall, yep, famous for Reelin' in the Years and many, many other things. But most notably that classic solo. John Harrington's current Steely Dan guitar player. He plays on a tune. Glenn Burtnick, New Jersey guy, has played with lots of people. He sings on a track. Joel Hoekstra.
Yeah, the guitar player, right?
Yeah, amazing guitar player.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yep, he's amazing. Plays a great solo on Light Still Shines. 2 solos, actually. So it really happened that I play in Liberty DeVito's band, which is the original Billy Joel band, Lords of 52nd Street.
Okay.
I play synthesizer with that band for a number of years now, and Richie Kanata and Russell Jowers. So I had just started to write and record and just put out a song here and there. And the songs are sounding pretty good. So I just thought about, I wonder if Liberty would play. I don't know if he would play on the song. Yeah, he probably won't want to. And I asked him, and he said, sure, I'll do it, you know. So I was like, wow, I'm going to have Liberty DeVito playing drums on my track. That's great. You know, that's fantastic. And then as that song was, as that track was being recorded, I had been sending Bill Champlin the previous songs, and he liked the songs. So I said, I'm doing one now with Liberty on the drums. Maybe you could sing like a riff or do something on it. Said, yeah. He said, let me hear it. And he said, man, you know, that's a cool song. I have some ideas for it. And he had a lot of ideas. Like, he did some really cool stuff. That was called There's the Door. So I featured him on, he sang the bridge on that song and all kinds of backgrounds. Really, really cool. Made the song really cool. And then from there, I said, well, I got to repeat this. And I said, if I could find a guitar player, that would be cool. I got somebody from Billy Joel and some Chicago. Like, what if I could get a guy from the Doobies or Steely Dan or something like that? And I contacted Ellie Randall, and he heard the song, and he said, yeah, I like, you know, this sounds cool. He said, yeah, I'd be up for doing a session for it. So then I'm like, okay, so this is not really me as a solo artist. This is more like a studio project of these guys, you know. And I don't really want to be a solo artist to begin with. That's not really why I'm doing it. So that's how it began.
Awesome. Now this podcast is going to feature 2 of your tracks, Light Still Shines and Old School. What's the story behind those 2?
With Old School, I actually had the track, and I had a basic track and a rough vocal on it, and I played it for Liberty for him to learn the drums. And he said, Doug, the song is really good, but I think you should change the lyrics. And I was like, oh, damn, you know. And I'm really glad I did, because it really made the song. I don't remember how I came about calling it Old School, to be honest, but I was thinking about a few different people and even myself. And it's not like Old School where you want to do it old school. It's sort of like, you know, a person is stuck in their ways of doing it old school, but they have to, you know, you got to change it up and try to get out of your old habits. Right. You know, sort of, that's kind of the approach to it. And it's a little bit about the same old music or the way, you know, it's a little bit about music without saying too much of that. Okay. But that's what the lyrics are sort of about, which, you know, and then Glenn Burtnick sang harmonies on there, which is nice, because when his voice comes in, it added a nice color. Definitely. You know? Yeah, it added a nice thing. And Light Still Shines. Well, what's really cool about that song is the ending of it. I just thought was going to be instrumental, where it goes into this rock kind of riff, you know. And when Bill sent it back, he sang all over it, and he ran away with it.
Sure did.
Yeah, I mean, it's like one of the coolest things. It's great what he did on that tune. And Liberty's playing the hell out of the end. The end of that thing really, really rocked, I think. You know, and the guys said too, like, wow, that's really, really smoking there.
Great job on both on all of the tracks, especially that one. I love it. I think it's great.
Oh, that's really good to hear. You know, I don't always get a lot of feedback. You know, then you know, you don't really, you know, you put it out there, you don't always know what people are
thinking, and
like they're you know, you don't really know, and then sometimes you find out, wow, your stuff sounds great. You're like, oh wow, you know, I didn't know. Well, thanks, you know.
When I knew you were going to be on the show, I did a little research and I checked out the YouTube page, and another track that kind of got my attention was the cover that you did of The Doors, Crystal Ship. What made you choose that one? It's a brilliant version, and it's got like a yacht rock feel to it.
Oh, that's really cool. You checked it out. I'm glad you like it. That song is something that I was doing on solo gigs. And as I was playing it, I was like kind of changing the chords around. And when I listened to the Doors recording of it, I was like, I like the song, but I thought the Doors recording of it was terrible. To be honest.
It wasn't great.
You know, I was like, wow, I could really make this sonically sound good. Plus, I have these different chord changes in it now, and yeah, like I'll do it sort of yacht rock, you know, like a lot of rich in the chords, and totally I knew that I could do it my way, and yeah, it came out pretty cool. I'm glad you liked.
Yeah, I think you guys own that song big time.
Well, the thing is, I didn't think like I would never take a song that was great, you know, a recording that was great and try to do it my way. Why would I? But I didn't like the recording of it. But I like the song, you know, the words are cool. I like the melody, and you know, so that's why I did it. I'm not crazy about the Doors. I like the Doors, you know. I just thought I could do something different with the song. And make it, you know, make it better for my tastes. Yeah,
like a few years back, I remember when Tommy Shore had a project with Jack Blades, and they had a band called Shore Blades. And they did an album of covers on it. I think it was called Influence, the album, and it was all covers. And they picked a Steely Dan song called Dirty Work. And, and they redid it, and I like it better than the original. It's that good.
I have to check that out.
Yeah, I think there's a video of it on probably at least a lyric video on YouTube.
Yeah,
but it is brilliant, the version. It's great. Definitely check that out. Now, you mentioned earlier that that you perform in another band called the Lords of 52nd Street, and that's with Liberty DeVito, Russell Javers, and Richie Kanata. How did that come about? Now, are you the singer in that?
Nope. I am the synth player.
Okay, who's singing?
Dan Orlando is singing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, fantastic voice, fantastic piano player.
So how did that come about, though? How did you guys put this together, and how often do you guys play out?
We play fairly often. We played at a nice theater up in Buffalo last just Saturday night, and so we're playing theaters all over the place. You know, mostly East Coast, but even down to Florida. Mm-hmm. So we're fairly busy now. The band's drawing pretty well in these theaters, and it's a really great sounding band, very powerful.
Yeah, I checked out, like I said, YouTube, and you know, I was listening to some of the tracks, the audio and stuff, and I think it sounds great, man. Well,
live is it's a really cool band live.
Now, you also perform in Glenn Burtnick's Summer of Love. How often do you do that?
That slowed down a little bit in the last couple of years, but we're playing at the old Count Basie Theater the end of this month, February 25, at the Basie Theater. I think it's got a new name, in Red Bank.
Yep,
and that's a really talented band too. I mean, all kinds of great singers and players.
You guys should come down to Myrtle Beach, play the House of Blues. They have a lot of bands, especially ones that do cover versions of songs and stuff. I mean, a Billy Joel tribute band that would probably go pretty well down here.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yep.
We have the House of Blues and the Alabama Theater. That might be something you want to look into if you ever want to take a trip down here. It would probably be worth your while.
Sounds good.
I also read in your bio that you were also on The Celebrity Apprentice. What was that like?
Oh man, that's like a distant memory. That was out of the blue. I just got called to come in and need a keyboard player. I did it was 2 different episodes, 2 different years. But I just just got a call to go in, and we're going to film and just come in. And I didn't know what the hell we were doing. And I can't remember what we did. It
was jingles, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. We had to write a jingle on one of the episodes. So we were sort of there for the celebs to, help them write it.
And do the music and stuff, right?
Yeah. Now, I don't remember how it all ended up. But, yeah, there was one with the jingle. And then the one before, I don't remember what it's about. I've never seen it on TV since it originally aired. I guess they don't really, But Dionne Warwick was there the first time, and it was cool to meet her. And I remember I played Then Came You,
nice.
Which was a song that she had with the Spinners. And I played the riff, and she came over and she started singing a little bit with me. It was really cool.
Nice.
Yeah, that I remember clearly.
Now, have you worked on any other TV shows or any films like that?
No. They called me. I remember they were calling me another time the next year, and they said, "Are you going to be available this date?" And I said, "Sure." And then they said, "Project or whatever was canceled," and or the episode, whatever it was. And yeah, that was it. It just happened out of the thin air, sort of. I don't know how it even.
That's pretty cool. Now, the Studio Deluxe EP, it's doing really well. Do you guys plan on recording any more material together for maybe another album in the future?
I'm definitely going to record again. I think just singles. Just keep putting out a song, because if you put out a song today with 10 songs, they're not gonna listen to 10 songs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I'm just trying to get the attention of one song to be really to catch on. Right. And plus, I mean, to write, it just takes me so much time to come up with, especially the lyric idea and a fresh idea of a song. So I don't have all kinds of songs ready to be recorded or anything, not at all. But I think I'm just gonna continue to put out singles, especially for Spotify, which is a really good place for new music. There's not many, places for it. Having the one song, just to be placed on playlists. If you had a whole album of songs, mm-hmm. The other songs aren't going to get playlisted,
right.
Or promoted. So I'm just going to take it one at a time, at least for the next couple. Cool. And we'll see, who will be on them.
Uh-huh. So you're going to try a different group of people maybe next time?
Well, I mean, I'm really not sure. I know some of these people will I'm sure they'll do the session but I don't know, sort of depending on the song and availability and whatever, Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't have any details, but I'm going to continue to do it.
Now, is there anybody out there that you really like that you'd love to work with?
Yes, of course.
You have any names? Or you can't say?
Well, I could say, I mean, I said once before, like Steve Lukather, mm-hmm. I have a little contact that might, of course he's, playing all over the world with Toto, and I don't, but he would be like he would be one, if I could ever get Peter Cetera to sing something.
Yeah.
I don't think that. I don't have. I'm just, these are just wishful thinking.
You never know. It could happen.
Yeah, I never, expected to have the guys that are on it. Not at all. I really didn't expect that at all. So you never know.
Now, is Sirius XM playing any of your songs on the Yacht Rock channel?
No, it has aired on the Tom Petty channel.
Okay.
Through Steve Verona.
Mm-hmm.
He heard it and he likes it.
Nice.
He's supposed to play another song like soon. I think it's supposed to air soon. Now I don't have any definite. But that's the Tom Petty channel. I'm waiting for another song to air.
You know who you should get for guitar for a song?
Yacht Rock would be great to be on that Yacht Rock channel. It'll be awesome. But it's mostly classic.
Yeah.
McDonald, Kenny Loggins songs. Really.
You should try to reach out to get little Steven to do something on one of your songs. Then you could have him play your songs on his channel.
Yeah, I've thought about his channel. A couple people mentioned it. I have no contact to even, and I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, I had Genya Raven on the show about 2 months ago, and she does a radio show on that channel, and she plays all kind of indie artists and stuff like that. They got a bunch of shows on there.
She would be that would be something to submit to her. That's a good idea.
Awesome. Now, do you have a website you'd like to promote?
I don't have a website. I probably been needing one, but being that it's sort of the music can be found on so many websites and YouTube and Spotify and Facebook and Twitter and all that. Apple Music is where you would download it. So I really do need one, but I don't have one.
Yeah, not everybody has one. Some people have just their Facebook or their some people have Bandcamp too. I don't know if you're familiar with that site.
Right.
But that site's like a website too, and you could sell merch on there and post your music and all that too,
I think I will do that rather than a website. But anyway, thanks for that idea.
Yeah, Bandcamp is a great site, and I heard they pay more towards the royalty on your music than Spotify. Yeah,
Spotify's great, but it's just horrible. The rate is just horrible, but the music really streams a lot on there.
Yeah, when I checked out your EP, the Studio Deluxe EP, it's available on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Amazon Music, Tidal, and also Pandora as well. Now, is there anything you'd like to mention that we didn't talk about today? I don't think so. We're hoping to play live. I don't really have that all ready to talk about yet. So I would like to talk about that, but not quite ready to give you any, I don't have any details of how that's all going to go. But it's cool that you brought up talked about a bunch of things that I even forgot about. Well, Doug, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show today. Like I said, I really dig this EP. I think it's great. I think you did a wonderful job on all the songs, and I'm looking forward to hearing some more great stuff when you come out with it. I really appreciate it. That's great. Just trying to make music that, people that dig those bands, the old Chicago or Steely Dan, Toto, and, that type of music. I'm just trying to do it fresh, new, and try to find, that audience. So thanks for having me on. I'm glad you like the music. You're welcome, man. And anytime you got something to promote and you want to come back on, I'd love to have you back on. All right. Yeah, great. All right, man. Well, you take care and enjoy the rest of the day. All right. Okay. Good talking to you. Take it easy. Bye. Bye.
Look around you, times are changing, leaving you behind. It all went your way back in the day. Life is not so kind. You're set in your ways, wasting your days. It's just not working no more. You're stuck on that old school. Gotta change the groove. what you got to lose? Stuck on that old school. Gotta change the groove.
Machine Show is a weekly radio podcast produced by Jimmy Howell Productions. All rights reserved. For information regarding distribution or adding this podcast to your website, please visit our contact page at therecordmachineshow.com to submit your request. Thanks for listening. See you next time on The Record Machine Show. The Record Machine Show.